Welcome to the RS2G podcast, where I motivate, inspire listeners by discussing failures, success, and the journey of a rebirth. If you are someone who wants to hear the honest truth from a host that puts his right hand to God, as I interview people who have built empires and sometimes watched them crumble as their lives have taken an unexpected twists and turns, this podcast is for you. Life is not always easy. And as a combat military veteran, active military for 14 years, I know about sacrifice and facing fears and true loyalty. I can't wait to take you on this rebirth journey with myself and my guests as we discuss life and living with your right hand to God. Boom.
It's a capsule.
Welcome to the RS2G podcast, where we hustle, inspire, and motivate. And we got a special guest today, Mr. Danny Torres, coming all the way from New Jersey. I caught a liking to this dude when I saw him on Instagram, actually being the message that he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people got a lot of good content, but they don't live that lifestyle. And I saw you living it. And, I could feel your energy through your content and everything that you were doing and your dedication and everything. And I was impressed. And I'm not easily impressed. So I wanted to bring you online, man. What's going on, Danny? What's going on? How you been?
Man.
Everything good? Yes, sir.
Real,
yes, sir.
Man. Thank you, man.
How's everything? Can you tell the world who you are, where you from?
Oh, man. First of all, man, thank God for everything.
Yeah, we here.
Like, straight up, man, every day above ground is a great day. Don't you ever forget that. Like,
don't you forget it.
It's not just about gratitude, man. It's about having awareness that we're here.
Yes, sir.
In a physical form.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
And being present.
Yes. So, I moved out here not too long ago, man, from Jersey. Lived in different places out there, Newark, Belleville. Like, that's my home, man. Born and raised out there, man.
Okay, tell me about that.
Tampa was definitely something different, man.
Okay.
And I'm loving it.
Okay.
I'm loving it. But yeah, coming from out there, man, like it's a little, I can't say too much of a culture shock, but it's a little like everybody's just chill out here.
Okay.
Like out there, and even when I talk fast.
Yeah.
Like out here, they be like, "Oh, you ain't from out here." I'm like, nah, I'm from over there.
Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
we get things done. Let's go.
Yeah, hurry up. Yeah, time is money.
Yeah,
definitely,
let's go.
The big city.
Bro, the funniest thing happened to me when I first came out here, man.
Yeah.
I went to a gas station, right? And I walked in. I just wanted to pick up a bottle of water.
Yeah.
I come out. As I was walking out, there was like 5 or 6 people in line. And it was probably $1, $2 water.
Yeah.
I put a $5 bill in the front. I didn't want to wait in line.
Yeah.
So I said, here you go, keep the change. Like, it was like, whoa, this island time, son. I was like, what?
For real.
I was like, all right, okay, I gotta get used to this.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's how it is. That's how Tampa is. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, that's how a lot of situations out here. I remember when I first moved out here in 2017, and I coming from California, so I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, establish myself of who I am, but just relax and chill. You know what I'm saying? Just be who I am. I was retiring from the military. I didn't want to be bothered. I just wanted to chill.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? And then I moved out here. I was about to move to Lakeland.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know about Lakeland.
Yeah, it's like 45 minutes up, right?
Yeah,
I'm still learning the areas.
Yeah, I was going to move to Lakeland with my ex-fiance, but things didn't work out that way. So I stayed in Riverview. And I went to school, and now this is who I am right now.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate what you said, man, because one thing I do on social media, and what's interesting is that a couple of years back, brother, you would never catch me on social media.
Yeah.
And everybody that knew me in the streets, they was like, you on what? Like, this is you? Is this really you? You know what I mean? But like, I had to let the streets go, years ago, and I had to just be like, yo, man, like, this isn't, this energy isn't serving me no more for where I want to go and who I want to serve. Right? Because there's new levels, man.
Yeah.
And there's, I believe everybody, when you hit certain ages, man, and some people is just different, right? Different ages. But you start to unwrap a different type of mindset, right? Which is actually one of the subtitles of one of my books. But you start to unwrap a new mindset where it's like, yo, man, like, this is it?
Yeah.
Like, nah, there's more. We meant for more.
Yeah.
Right? We're put here. God put us here as he designed us, right? He created us by design for a reason to whatever it is that you went through, whether it was pain, whether it was pleasure, right? Whatever the good, the bad, like, you went through that for a reason,
right?
Because he's given you the gift. He's giving you, all right, listen, I'm going to put you through some adversity because I need you to be that soldier to help everybody else get through that same thing.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So whether it's the street, look, I can resonate with a lot of different people, right? So like from where I'm at now, right? So from the streets to the gangs to the outlaw 1% motorcycle club to the bums in the street to the shelters, right?
Yeah.
To cancer patients, I heal cancer naturally. You know what I'm saying? I hope a lot of people do that too, right? To the self-development world, right? Wow. I'm really wrapped up in a lot of these things. Tony Robbins and all these things. Like I worked there, you know what I mean, long time ago. Like I'm really wrapped up into this. And when you can tell somebody, like, man, I can sit with the bums, I can sit with the billionaires, right? Yeah. Like this is where it's at because I've been there, done that.
The janitors or the CEOs. I can
you dig
right
what I'm
there.
saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and if you are a CEO, you make sure you still clean that toilet.
No, exactly.
Like, don't you forget, stay humble.
Yeah, definitely.
Stay humble.
I heard a story. Well, I didn't hear a story. I saw the interview of Mr. T on YouTube.
Really?
When he was wearing all his gold chains, and that was at the height of his stardom. You know, when he was playing on Rocky, when he was Clubber Lane, when he was the A-Team. So he, you know, Mr. T.
Yeah, he was the
Mohawk
man.
was fresh.
He was the man.
Yeah, and he was like, they said, so, you know, Mr. T, they had him on the late night interview show. And it was like, you got all these gold chains and his rings and everything was gold. He was dripped out. You know what I'm saying? I like Mr. T.
He was heavy. He was
heavy. But he looked down in his shoes and he had Chucks on and they had holes in them. They was like, so you got all this money now. Why don't you buy you some new shoes? And he said, because it reminds me of where I come from.
Whew, let's go.
And people were laughing. And he was like, every time I think that I have surpassed things that I never had, I look down and it lets me know. So I will always, these are my favorite shoes. So I wear them all the time. And that was deep because you always have to have something that reminds you, that keeps you in, I don't like the word humble, but just keeps you in that place where you understand that, you know what, it's a check mark.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
like when you play a Mario Kart and you hitting them lanes, and every time you think you're going to win, but it's like, oh, you got one more round.
You got one more round.
And then, all of a sudden, Yoshi catch up. And they put, hey, listen, you on alert status. I'm right behind you.
That's right.
Don't never forget. And when I went through my situation with the bankruptcy, I talked about it, and I continue to talk about it because it always lets me know, JR, just 2 years ago, you was about to hurt yourself. 2 years ago, JR, you didn't have no money to feed your kids. 2 years ago, your son didn't understand what you was going through, so he left. 2 years ago, you didn't have no money to feed yourself, so you took the little money and made money to feed your son. And he never knew that. But I said I had to, because all he knew was Daddy went to war, came back. Daddy was a successful businessman. But when I went under, that's what he saw. So at the end of the day, I had to put myself in check.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And now that's why
humble
we here.
Savage,
you know
humble
what I'm saying?
savage.
And that's why we here late at night, because I felt that energy. You didn't have to tell me that, because they say, one more thing, Nipsey, if you heard one of his interviews, they asked him about gangbanging. And they was like, so you a gangbanger? Because there's a difference between a member and a banger. And he was like, yeah, I'm a gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? He said, how do other gangbangers identify each other? He said, if I see you walking down the street and you look like me and you resemble and act like me, another entrepreneur, another gangbanger, then I'm a trip on you.
That's right.
Because now I see, there you go. You know what I'm saying? That's me. You know, and that's what I saw you on Instagram. I was like, oh, that's it.
Real recognize
that's
real,
it.
brother.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to tell you that
Real
in front of this is my platform. So I want to tell you that I recognize that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I want
man.
to learn. So can you tell me about what you do now for the community?
Yeah. So what I do now, man, is number one in all is I serve.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I serve.
Selfless serve.
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
110%, man. I had to become selfish for a little while in order for me to become selfless now. You know what I'm saying? And I speak a lot, man. I speak a lot to the kids, man. I do a lot of the motivational events. I run some of my own seminars, you know. I speak a lot about mindset. I speak about business. But what brings me passion, bro, is speaking to the kids. Because I've been there.
I love that.
Right? Coming up, we never had nobody. Like, I always say this, man, it's like we didn't have role models. We had people not to model.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like we had that, but like at the end of the day, yo, you just fall it. And you know, I saw the game.
Right.
I was like, man, all right, cool. I start hustling. I was hustling by the time I was 13, 14 years old, making money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember coming out of my senior year, like I was the first one with a fresh whip. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, oh, okay, cool. D, like, and the name carries on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's an interesting story about that, bro. And I keep it real now, like it is what it is. It was years ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm 41 right now.
Yeah.
My oldest daughter, she's 18.
Okay.
Right. When she was born, right? When she was born, I was in my early 20s. We're in a hospital, right? And I'm with my old lady at the time. And I'm like, baby's born, everything's good. It's like 1 a.m. She's taking a nap. I was like, yo, I'll be right back. Right. And I was living in Newark. I was living on Montclair Avenue in Newark, right? 209 Montclair. I still my address, right? And so I went over there. I called one of my mans up. I was like, yo, meet me in the crib. Like, meet me in the crib now. He didn't know what was going down. So he gets there. I get there. We kind of get there almost at the same time.
Right.
And he pulls out like, yo, what's up? Where we at? What we doing? What's going on? He's thinking something's going really going down. I'm like, whoa, chill, peace. Like, put it away. Put the piece away. Like, we good. I said, I just had a baby. He was like, what? Yo, congratulations, whatever. I said, come upstairs. So he goes upstairs, and dead, bro. So, man, listen. I went to my room. I went to a couple stash spots. I walked out with a book bag, and I gave it to him. And he was like, yo, what's this? I said, look, man, you got 3 kilos of cocaine in there, and you got about 10,000 ecstasy pills in there. So I don't want nothing to do with it. And he looked at me like, what? He said, man, I can't move. I said, look, man, I'll introduce you to who you need to be introduced to. I ain't touching it never again. My daughter will never see me behind bars. I walked away, bro. I never went back.
Just like that.
Yep.
Cold turkey.
The day my daughter was born.
Wow.
And I tell her all the time, what's interesting, I said, you saved my life more than once.
See?
Right? The second time she saved my life was when I bled to death, right? I bled to death. I was like 26, 27. She was 14 months. The doctor hit me with a bolus in my heart, them real long needles, like adrenaline, you know? I was coded for almost a minute. And woke up a few days later, couldn't see nothing. I had to get like 10 pints of blood, 10 pints of platelets. Then they were telling me, oh, you got leukemia, you got 2 years to live. And I'm like, what? Like, so I looked at they brought my daughter up to me, which I didn't want her to see me like this, right? But they brought my daughter up to me, and I look at her, bro, and it's in my book. There's a picture of me in my book too, and I gave her a kiss on her forehead, on her head, bro. And yo, babies know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She put her hands right here, and then started rubbing my face. I started crying, bro, and I give her a kiss, and I was like, baby girl, I ain't going nowhere. Yeah. Straight up, I ain't going nowhere. And I always had that attitude, right? But the attitude served me. Right. And then sure enough, you know, I started taking what they gave me to get the chemo stuff, and I wasn't on that. A couple months later, I was like, man, I can't do this. I was on my motorcycle, and my body cramped up, and I fell off. Right, like I had to roll the bike because I couldn't move. Right. And I said, man, I ain't doing this no more. And I went completely holistic, bro. And I beat it. And now I just tell my story and help as many people as I can. Wow. And just keep preaching the word to, you know, telling people what they can do and the kids. And talking about the kids, right? That's just the cancer patients, right? Or anybody that suffers, that went through anything, right? Any type of dis-ease or something that you went through in your life, you know? And when it comes to kids or whatever, like as far as the streets and gangs or whatever, man, like, I used to run one of the biggest outlaw 1% motorcycle clubs in the world. You know what I mean? We started from RIP and over 1,000 plus men around the world, you know, every state. I can go, I used to come to Florida and they used to pull up with a bike like, yo, here, D, like, you know, anywhere I went, you know what I'm saying? Not just me, but it was the brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? So like, and when you're in that world, like first of all, the brotherhood is amazing. But you got a lot of things that you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you make Sons of Anarchy look like child's play. Right, definitely. You know what I'm saying? And like I was the Jacks. Yeah. Right. And I wasn't always that. I worked my way. I was a sergeant for a long time. Yeah. And then VP and then national boss, national pres. And I retired from that about 6 years now. Okay. It's still, that taught me all my leadership. I won't take nothing away from it. You know what I'm saying? I love all my brothers still. Right. Right. But it was time. It was like, all right, it's time for me to let go of this now. Right. Because it's just not serving me right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time for me. I started getting downloads, man. I always ask myself, man, what does everybody talk about when they hear, oh, did you hear the voice, right? God, this. And I'm like, man, I was never into that, right? Right. And then it just all of a sudden, I'm like, yo, like, I know he's real because he saved my life. Right. Right. And I'm like, yo, man, like, what is it? So it's like, honestly, it's conscious. It's Christ conscious, you know what I'm saying? So like, whatever you feel, whatever download, whatever like, oh man, I should do this, then do it. Yeah. Cause that's what that is. Exactly. He's talking to you. Right. You're doing it like, if you're passionate, if there's something that keeps pulling you, like, that's what it is. Right. And it just kept on pulling me like, all right, D, you need to start telling your story. Right. You need to get it out. You need to start talking to people, helping these kids.
Right.
Because you've been there, done that. Like, you came out alive.
Right.
You came out good. I was facing 17 years a long time ago. Right. And I beat the case. Like, I'm here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'd be selfish. I'd be selfish not to share my stories, whether it be from the streets, whether it be from the club, whether it be from bankruptcy, 1.2 million gone.
Yeah.
I made my first million at 29 years old. I lost my first million at 30. Well, close to 31.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, gone. Like, my house, 2 cars, everything. Like, and at the time, I had like 11 motorcycles gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, and it happened so fast.
Right.
And it's just like, yo, like, I bet now it's time to learn business. Like, I was always hustling, right? Always hustling, making money in the streets. Like, I was not just the streets, but like, so I was working full time, right, as a lineman for a while.
Right, right.
But I still had, like, I had tattoo shops, I had a car wash, I had salon. Like, I had other things, you know what I mean?
Motion going on.
Yeah. I always had something. I was always a hustler, man. I got a tattoo right here, brother. Hustle mentality since, you know, we had to make money.
Right.
These kids these days, they don't know what to do. They don't know how, you know what I mean? Like,
they don't know.
But we ain't had no choice.
Right.
And for me, it's like, all right, I got to help my moms, help here, whatever I can do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and just grow with it, right? So, but at that time when the bankruptcy happened, same thing. That's another reason why I talk about business now to people too. It hit me hard, like, all right, brother, you ain't never went to college, right? I barely made it out of high school, and I've been doing pretty damn good.
Right.
But it's like, all right, it's time for you to get some other knowledge.
Yeah, some entrepreneurship
Yeah,
knowledge.
you know what I mean? You got to leave the hustler mentality and become a CEO.
Right.
Right? And then now I call it the chairman mentality, right?
Definitely.
Which is one of my mentors taught me, right? Jason.
Yeah.
But, you know, at the same time, it's like, all right, so after all that happened, which was probably one of the best things that happened to me, because now it's like, okay, I got my lesson now. I got my butt whooped right now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's
So I
strap it
started
up.
looking for the best mentors, business coaches, seminars, books.
Yeah.
Right. And I just went deep. I've always been always been into books. I read books a lot.
Okay.
Or audibles, like when I'm driving, you know. Always been into that. There's 2 things I tell myself, man. I've been saying this for years.
What's that?
I said I died to myself of yesterday, for today I am a new man. And I said I go to sleep smarter than when I woke up. Right? And that's my rules. Right? I got my rules, my philosophies, my identity, my theater of the mind. Like, I literally live so militant from my calendar and certain ways that just helps me become better every single day.
Structure.
Yeah, structure is real, brother.
Structure is very real. And
Structure is
I learned
real.
that from my dad. You know what I'm saying? Even before the military, my dad was, you know, we get up on Saturday mornings, we do our chores, we cut the grass, we wash cars, we go get our hair cut. I couldn't go outside until all that was done. And I didn't like to do that. But it made me to who I am right now.
Yes.
Like
Can't
right
take
now,
nothing away, right?
Look what time it is right now. And we here.
And we
because
grinding. Y'all know what time it is right now? It's 11.
11.
11 something. Like we
Yes.
grinding.
We grinding. And that's what it's all about. Is, you know what, understanding that when God says something, you got to listen.
That's right.
And a lot of us fight it because we don't really actually hear it. In our human ear, we want to hear. God don't have a voice like that. But he will make you move on the stuff that your gift is supposed to be moving on. And this is my
100%.
gift, speaking. And I saw it. My father, my grandfathers, both were ministers, preachers, speakers. My grandfather had a doctorate in theology. I never wanted to further my education. I was, you know, out gangbanging from there to the military. Out the military, I'm retired. I don't want to do anything else.
I tried the military. They didn't want me.
They didn't want
I did. I
you.
tried the Air Force. They didn't.
They said, nah.
Well, I used to get into a lot of fights.
Yeah.
And they said that they said that they classified me chemical imbalance and emotionally disturbed in high school.
Yeah.
So they didn't. Air Force didn't take me. They said the Marines will take you.
So the Marines and the Army, like, I was angry. My mother died when I was small, so I fought all the time. Everybody who knows me knows that my elementary, middle school, high school, I fought all the time because I was angry. And I was little too. I wasn't 215 like I am right now. I was little, so I had a vendetta against everybody because I wanted, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be like, I wanted to prove my point.
Yeah.
But when I went into the military, it taught me a lot of discipline, which my father did, but I rebuked it for a while, which he was trying to tell
I
me.
got a question on that.
Yeah.
Being that you was a fighter, because I was the same way in school. I had a lot of anger for certain reasons, the way I was raised. And how did that work out when you went into the military? Like, how did you have to, like, I gotta stay shut to these cats? Like, how did that work? Because that's one thing that people always ask me. Like, you always wanted to go to the military, to Air Force.
Right.
How do you think they would? You think you would have lasted? I'm like, I don't know.
Well, so I joined in 2002. So those who know the military, back in the 90s and the early 2000s, it was nothing to play with. It was a cattle car.
I graduated in 2000.
I graduated in 99, so I'm 43. I'll be 43 in July.
Okay, yeah, we only a year apart.
Yeah, a year apart.
July what?
July 18th.
July 6th.
Look at that cancer.
That's why we get along.
That's why we get along. Yeah, definitely.
Two totally sides of the world.
Yeah, for real. See, and God brings us here on this energy wave. It's an energy wave.
Energy is real, brother.
Right, it's really
energy
real.
is real.
Yeah.
Listen, energy is real, y'all.
Yeah, definitely.
And the strongest energy out there, people think is love, is not love, man. It's authenticity.
Yes.
Being real.
Your authentic self.
Straight
and I
up.
tell people all the time, be you. Like, people think that, oh, JR, you start podcasting late and you speaking and I said, listen, that's a wave people are doing. I said, my gift is going to surpass that wave. When they burn out and they tired of talking all that drama, politics, music, industry, if you guys tune in to my podcast with my 300 subscribers, they know that JR tells the truth, man.
Keep pushing it.
JR tells the truth.
But that's what we need, though.
Right.
Right? So I started shooting some videos now, right? Because I'm going to start doing my YouTube, right? And I'm going to start the podcast. Like, really good. I've been saying this for a while.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? But I'm like, man, I can only get but so much out on these 1-minute videos on Instagram. So I need to really get out there, right? But that's exactly what you just said is what the world needs. They need authenticity. Like, they need cats like us to give it to people real,
but
raw.
Even that to break the algorithm on, and you guys got to follow me because a lot of you guys, y'all overlook a lot of things I say. Break the algorithm on what the hood has showed us.
Yeah.
So it showed us certain things, how to be the best rapper, best sports player. It never showed us how to manage our money, how to balance a checkbook back in the day, how to look at crypto, how to look at finances, how to invest, how to say, you know what, no matter what you do in life, especially with money, you're going to fail. But when you fail, you learn a deeper lesson than that.
That's right.
And that's what it taught me. I didn't saw nobody like me growing up. So the first step was retiring out the military at my young age. I never saw nobody in the hood like that. Second of all was I started a company called Rat Pack Worldwide Security. I had 400 employees. I went bankrupt publicly in front of everybody. If you Google it right now, you will see. But before that, I was popping. I had all the artists in the world. I had everybody, and I was doing my job. But God was like, that ain't what I want you to do. And I heard it, but I was like, God, I'm doing whatever I got to do. This is popping because it's, it looks good for me.
Yeah.
I know how to do it. Trust me. I love tactics and I love martial arts. I love security. But God was like, that's not what I want you to do. I want you to get out here, and after you fail, go tell your story to these kids.
He gonna ask you, learn your lesson yet?
Yes, yeah. You done? You done? And go talk to these kids. And when I tell people all the time, my target market right now is kids and women. Women is gonna take your message into their house, to their brothers, to their husbands, to their sons. The kids is gonna keep your message alive. 20, 30 years because, people all the time ask me, Jared, who are you targeting? That's who I'm targeting. But guess what? I'm just like you. I talk about the streets. My mother died of AIDS. I talk about the military. I was in combat. I'm not talking about the military when we didn't do anything.
Yeah, he was in it.
I was in combat 55
in
months. So I talk about that. I talk about my son was born and I was in combat. And when I came back home, the Joker was 15 months. He didn't know me. That I had to come back and introduce myself to my kids, so that messed up my psychological. And then after that, I got out the military disabled because I got injured. Then after that, I wanted to start.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Don't go too fast on that.
Yeah.
He didn't just get injured, y'all.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I mean, listen, you earned that.
So I do talk about the things I've been through, but I did earn a Bronze Star in combat and the things that I did. I lost a lot of good guys. About 29 guys I lost that I know, like I can touch, that I know their kids, I know their families. And I went through that, and I had to understand that I left one war in Long Beach and I went to another war, but that's what emerged what you just asked me. How did you get that balance? How did you get that technique of just understanding life? That's where I got it from. And then after that, God was like, okay, I want to show you something else. Nobody like us, because we talk bad on the other side. You know what? I ain't never going back to school. I went back to school not because I wanted. I'm not the smartest. I stayed the longest. I was consistent. And right now, the doctorate is going to kick my butt because no matter what, Now that's a different language I'm talking. When I failed in business, I went to go get my master's, not to rub it in nobody's face, but I saw what the other side was getting. And I thought that they wasn't giving us the answers. So I had to go steal the answers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and just like you, that's why I saw you on your page and you doing your videos. And I'm like, that's what I want to be around that, because that's who I am. I'd rather stay in the house because I don't want to be around the negative or people. What are you talking about?
I cut people out. Man. I don't want nothing to do with no negativity. I'd just, yo, what's going on?
I'm
like,
cool, yeah.
We building?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing something, you know what I mean?
Here,
like, if not, like, nah, I don't hang out no more. I don't be in the streets. I don't go to the bars. I don't do nothing. I don't drink no more. I ain't drink in a minute. Like,
look at that.
I just don't. I'm drinking water.
That's it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Health. My name is Dr. J.R. McIntyre. I'm a certified motivational speaker and a social media influencer. And I can't wait to teach you how to excel your real estate business on the LinkedIn platform. LinkedIn is actually the most underrated social media platform. In my class, Elevate Your Real Estate Success or LinkedIn Mastery, you will learn 3 key principles. Number 1, how to generate your high quality leads. Number 2, get personal branding and excellence. Number 3, strategic networking strategies. If you want to be a disruptor in the real estate industry, this class is definitely for you. I see you online and I can't wait to take your LinkedIn profile to the next level. JR out. Boom.
And if I'm going to a spot because like this is a networking or some type of event, I got my cranberry and salsa. Let's go.
That's it. Yeah, talking, networking.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. Like, when we was raised, like, yo, same thing. Like, yo, take your first drink, do this. You know what I'm saying? Smoke this. Like for me, one thing about me, like, I never really smoked a lot, but I made a lot of money off of it.
Right.
Right. But drinking, not that I drank a lot, but when I did drink, I was drinking Hennessy and I would go in.
I love Hennessy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would go in, bro. Like, everybody knew, like, oh, D here, get the Henny out. Right? Like, for my birthday, they used to have Henny. They put the engraving on the bottle. I still got some bottles I never even opened.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, real talk, man, like, y'all don't need that, man.
No, you don't.
You don't need that, man. I understand what you're saying, casual drinking here and there, but you don't need that no. You just don't. It don't. Anything that goes into my body, bro, it's like, I truly, and I can say this with all honesty, I truly treat my body like a temple.
It's a temple.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
there's only one.
One.
And God is like, yo, what is you doing? Mm-hmm. Like, yo, I the car, right? Are you gonna put cheap gas in an expensive whip? Like, no. Right. Like, I'm an expensive whip.
And you are your marketing.
We're offerings, bro.
We have, and I tell people all the time, I said, I got people who don't got a lot of their limbs. You don't got your arms, you don't got your legs. These people got more dedication than people with a full body. So what are you doing with it?
Right.
You're 24
That's
hours.
Right.
I'm not saying get on the stage and be a bodybuilder, but do something to correct what your family has been showing you. A lot of us, our family passes away because we didn't treat our body right.
Mm-hmm. I see it all the time.
Your body talks to you every day.
You know what bothers? One of the biggest things that bothers me, brother, I went through it, right? I died, came back, cancer, all this other stuff, right? And I see so many people, especially people that we care about, right? The stuff that they put in their body, or not working out, or just poison, just in general. And I'm just like, man, like, did you know what I would do to have clean blood again? I mean, I got it now, but I'm saying, like, not to ever have to go through that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people, they ain't never went through no crazy cancer or the type of disease, or like, don't mess your body up, man. Like, don't do it. It drives me crazy, bro. I just like, yo, come on, man. Like,
I see
don't
so many
do
kids
it.
out there that's younger than us, and they look older than us.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm like, how old are you? Oh, you're 23. You've been through a lot.
Oh, brother, yesterday I went to go get me an acai bowl, right? I get out the gym. I love my acai bowls, right? And the girl in there, I put my phone number in the thing. She's like, oh, 973. And she's like, you from Jersey? I said, yeah. We started kicking it, blah, blah, blah. She said something about her age and her from Colorado. I said, how old are you? So she told me her age, 30-something. I said, sweetheart, I'm way older than you. She was like, what? I said, I'm 41 years old. She was like, no way. You know how good that made me feel?
Come on, man. Look at that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We take care of ourselves, bro.
Definitely.
I'm going to be here to 150 years old. Let's go.
Yeah, for real. And you know, back in the day, we used to want to say we were lesser than what we were, our age. I'm happy to say
I'm proud.
I'm not 43 yet, but I tell you I'm 43 in a minute because I want to. How old are you? oh, you're not even doing this. And my motivation is, I want to live long for my grandkids, right? But also my son, like, right? So when I have my son, I was like, I want him to, once he gets to the age that you see him at now, we're training together now.
Yeah, I saw that. That's dope.
Him, now we train.
That's dope. I do that with my daughter.
Yes,
That's dope.
We train and we talk, and he picked up a dedication now.
That's your bonding point in the gym.
Yes, and I love it because that's all I prayed for. It took me 18 years. I invested that, but now that's because I don't have a gym partner. When he came back, that's my gym partner. We've it's not like he fell right into position of, Dad, show me, let's work out. Whatever you do, I'm doing, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's lean in on this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because, when you look at statistics, bro, right? 300-something million, I think, in the United States. There's like 90 million households without fathers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest things. So I coach men, right? I got out the club and I started doing coaching. And I started just leaning into that, right? And, I coach thousands of men now, right? But their sons or others, everyone that I coach, I always tell them, look, man, I got a mentor thing that we help kids, whether it be in school, whatever it's called. Godfathers Are Us. It's a nonprofit, right? And I try to just push that, right? And I started pushing out more now. I kind of slept on it for a little while. But that's one of the biggest things that we need, bro. And that's when when we started connecting, I looked at your stuff. I was like, oh man, I get down with this dude. I could dig him. You know what I'm saying? Because one, obviously real recognize real, but two, because when you start talking about with the kids, I was like, bro, I'm all in. We had a 2-second conversation, and you was like, yo, you doing something in the church with the kid? I said, bro, sign me up.
Yeah,
you ain't even got to tell me no more. Sign me up. I'm in. My time, it don't matter. When it comes to that, because young men need guidance right now.
But not only that, they need the guidance that comes from the people that look like them.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
they can relate to us.
There's a lot of speakers and mentors, and don't take this wrong in the speaker community, but be the message that you bring.
You got to live what you live, right?
What you live.
And it's based off culture.
Right.
A lot of them, it's like look, it's like I went to my daughter's school not so long ago, right? And the gym teacher was like 300 pounds.
Right.
And I'm like, how does he expect these kids to respect him?
Man.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, no, it doesn't work like that.
Right.
So in order for a kid to respect you, you got to be able to speak their culture, speak their language. Okay, I want to be like that.
Or get out the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I graduated from a university out here. I'm not going to say the name or the teacher, but I got a sports medicine degree.
Nice.
And my teacher was 700 pounds. No lie. But the smartest person that knows about the human body. Mm-hmm. So
But then you question, if he's that smart, why?
I question myself. I'm like, so why are you not applying that to you? But then you get these people that have these excuses that, oh, something's wrong or I'm hurt or this. Okay, I get it. But then get out the way and let somebody else do the job that looks like that. Because it's like me asking you, hey, let me drive your Ferrari, right? And you don't know it's like you don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Right? You trying to sell me the Ferrari because you saw it with the sticker tag on it, but you selling me something that you never test drove, you never owned, you never even did maintenance on it. So why you? But it sounds cool. Yeah. So we're in that era where it sounds cool. Like you selling me Mercedes, but you never drove it.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah. 100%.
You got all these car dealerships, and we in the Army we called them barracks lawyers. They were the smartest people in the Army that was under the rank of E4 to E1. That lawyers, doctors, but not that, but know everything about that, right? Mm-hmm. So
that's just like college, right? That's why. Look, I'm against college, right. I never went to it. My daughter, she was getting ready to go,
right?
And recently she said, "Daddy, you know what? I just want to go straight into business." Like, I bet we're gonna buy a business because that's what I do now. I've been doing that for years. I've been doing it for about 17 years, but now, like for real, 6-7 years, like buying and selling multi-million-dollar businesses. Right. But it's the same thing. I'm like, yo, you're gonna go to school, right? You're gonna get your business degree from a professor that never owned a business probably.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I done turned around millions of dollars already, right? Like real experience.
Right.
You got too many people teaching or helping from theory and not experience.
Right.
And that's the biggest difference right now. And that's what the kids need right now. They need to see like, man, he was like me. I want to be like him.
Right. Exactly. And that's why I bust the door open because I said, you know what? No matter what, I came from that messed up generation. But I'm here now, and I didn't even get the education to for me. I got it for it to open doors for people that look like me. Because no matter what, when I'm on that stage talking, Dr. McIntyre, I'm still gonna wear my hat like this. I'm still gonna dress like this because right. I paid for that. This is who I am. I was in the military. Yeah, I served my country. Yeah, I gangbanged. Yeah, my mama died of AIDS. Yeah, I seen all this crazy stuff, but I'm here. And they gonna receive the message better from me and you.
That's right.
Because you put, not only are you talking about business, you are doing it.
Brother, you know what I did once, man? I did it to a high school, and I did it intentionally. So I'm tatted up, completely tatted,
like
right?
Me, yeah.
So what I did was I cut, I had a button down and I had a suit jacket, but I did intentional. So the button down, right? I cut the whole thing half, right? So I had the jacket on, and they can see a little, but they was like, "What's going on?" Like, cause I still even though I had it half, I still had them buttoned.
Yeah.
So I got on the stage, and it was all kids, inner city kids, right? And I'm like, I bet, talk for a little while. And I started to see things. I was like, oh, y'all don't respect me yet, huh? And oh, your voice, but cool. I took the jacket off. And when the jacket came off, the one piece came off.
Yeah.
So now they see the whole side tatted up, and they see this suited up, and they just like, they puzzled. And then I was like, oh, now you respect now, right? Now you see something, right? And I threw them off.
Right.
But it's the same thing that we're talking about, man. It's like, yo, listen, you can hear me.
Right.
And they can hear, listen, people think kids are smart, man.
Very smart.
They can see right through you.
Observers.
You know what I mean? And that's one thing that I say about seeing through people, man. Being that we came up in poverty, it's our superpower to see through sheep and wolves' clothing.
Yeah, who's real, who's not.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's why we can relate to the kids. Like, I could be in a room, bro. You give me 5 minutes, man, and I can tell you what needs help, I'm gonna go talk to that kid, man. He's the one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see it.
Right.
I can see the one who's the badass. I can see the one who's the, like, all right, bet, you the one I got to talk to, man. Come on, let me talk to you a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro.
Yeah, and that's how I am. I'm an empath, and I understand.
Straight up.
And I feel like we gotta catch it where it starts, and that's with our kids. And I'm on that tour. It's called, and I want to talk to you about it. It's called Save the Babies Tour. And that means we go around to every city, every state, and we have these big conferences like I do with Shake the Room, and we give this information about finances, about credit, about motivation, about mental health, about psychological, about everything.
That's dope.
And teach
That's
the
dope.
youth.
That's dope.
I'm speaking in July in Clearwater to about 400 or 500 kids.
Nice.
I'm hyped
Hey,
because
they
that's
need
what I
somebody
prayed
there.
for.
Let me know.
I know. I'm gonna bring you so you can see, so I can introduce you too. So I'm gonna show you the flyer. I want you to be available that day so you can come with me. You can see, and I want to open up some doors for you too. But this is the door just got opened up for me too. And then I got booked to go back to my old high school and speak twice.
Nice.
Started next year, and that's the year my son is graduating. He don't go to my old high school, but he's graduating next year. Shout out to him, as a senior. So
that's what's up, man. For y'all seniors, man.
Yeah, tell them.
Check this out, y'all. Like, some people's gonna tell y'all to go to college.
Yeah.
And look, don't let me tell you different.
Yeah.
Some people's gonna tell you not to. The biggest and best thing that you need to do is get out of your environment, regardless of where it's at.
Right.
Because you're not going to learn where you at right now. You're going to stay there, right? You got to elevate your mind. Right. In order to elevate your mind, you got to elevate your space.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if it's not just elevating, it's just getting around different things. Be uncomfortable.
Yes.
And whatever it is that you want to do, you might be confused right now. You might be like, man, I'm out of school. What's next? I go to college because that's what people tell me to do.
Right.
Or I just go straight to a job because that's what I need to do. Cool, I get it. That's life. But what I'm saying is, man, if you're young and you have an opportunity and you feel something in your heart and your soul, like, man, I want to go towards this, then go towards that. You know what I'm saying? The income's going to come.
Right.
Follow impact. Follow your passion. And if you don't understand how to figure things out like that, if you have a gift, we all got gifts.
Yes.
Lean into it.
Yeah, unlock it.
Lean into your gift and the purpose will show. And your passions and everything else. Listen, don't worry about making not being indecisive. Like, make a decision.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You're young. You know what I'm saying? I heard this thing, man, not too long ago, man. I love this analogy. And it was like, you had God on one side and the devil on one side, and you're standing next to the fence. You're like leaning on the fence, right? And they asked him, the guy said, all right, you ready to come over here? And the dude on the fence was like, nah, I don't know yet. And then the devil said to him, yo, you ready to come over here? And he said, man, I don't know yet. I'm still thinking. And he says, nah, you ain't thinking because you're indecisive. You already made your choice. Let's go. You You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because why? Because God never put no fear in nobody. He only put faith. And faith and fear don't live in the same room.
Right.
So if you want to make a decision as a youngster, like, man, should I do this? Just make a decision.
Right.
It's cool. If you fail, if you mess up, it's cool. You young. Then you move to the next. Like, don't get stuck.
And have that faith. They said, in the Bible, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And people don't understand that. Like, it's like, it's not even seen.
What's it called?
Walk by faith, not by sight.
Yes.
I'm a preacher's kid,
yes.
so I know a lot of these verbiage, but now that I'm older now, I apply it to it. I apply pressure. It's consistency.
I was never into none of this stuff.
Right. And you love it now.
And what's crazy is every single stage I've ever spoken on, right? All, whether it's be motivational, inspirational, whatever it is, it all comes back down to the Bible.
Right here. Yeah.
It all, and I'm learning this now. I mean, look, bro, not even 2 weeks ago, I signed up to my first Bible study.
Look at that.
With Myron Golden and his team.
Shout
and I'm just like, yo, this is the best thing. Yeah, shout out to Myron, man. Like, for real. It's the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just like, everything. And what's cool is, like, we real, right?
Yeah.
Everything that we preach, it's in there.
Right.
Like, I didn't know half the stuff that I say is actually from there.
Yeah. Actually,
it just comes out.
And those are words of admiration, but are words of affirmation.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that affirmation also includes administration. So when you affirm it, you also got to administer it, apply it. So, hey, you know what? I'm going to get up today. I'm going to be great. How are you going to be great?
How you going to be great?
Right?
Yeah,
So, and that's what I want to tell the kids is the 12th grade seniors that are graduating this year and next year, just go do something.
Yeah.
Throw something at the wall. It will stick, but don't do nothing.
And don't stay in the streets, yo. I'm telling you right now, there is no... Yo, listen. Everybody that I came up with, and I'm not lying, everybody except one person, and there's a lot of people, I'm going to just say about 10, 11 cats, solid. Every single one is either dead or locked up. Matter of fact, one of them just came home after like 16 years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you right now, the streets don't last.
No, it doesn't.
There is no such thing as an old man drug dealer, old man. There's like, I got my status.
Yeah.
I got triple OG. I got all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was labeled all that.
Yeah.
Been there, done that, and I was blessed. And there's a reason why I'm blessed, because God was like, whoa, we got other plans for you, man.
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to teach you some hard lessons right now.
Yeah.
But we got some plans for you. And I'm telling you right now, y'all, God got plans for all of y'all, man.
All y'all. You just got to listen. You know what I'm saying? And be still and understand that God is work and believe. Be a believer.
Yeah.
And stop following the crowd. And that's what my platform is for. It's for the kids. Someone
That's
will
dope,
listen.
man.
And I told my family, I said, 1 follower, 2 follower, 1 person in the audience, 1,000. I said, my message will be told. I'm leaving a digital footprint for my grandkids. They're going to reference this library that I have these podcasts late at night.
Word.
And I work all day, every day, and I wanted to come and do this because I needed to steal a little bit of your energy and understand that as together, you know, we're stronger, but separate, they still ain't.
Listen,
you know
1 + 1 is not 2, y'all.
Yeah.
1 + 1 is 11.
Yeah. That's
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you ever heard the Belgian horse?
Yeah.
Right, how strong they are when you put 2 of them together?
Yes.
The Belgian horse pulled 11,000 pounds by himself, and with 2 of them, they pulled 33,000 pounds. Why is it not double? It's triple. You know what I mean? So 1 + 1 is not 2 when it comes to collaboration. It's 11. That's how much faster you can get things done, y'all.
Definitely. And be partners. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot easier to collaborate like we're doing and help each other get to where we're going instead of shading or, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, my message is, I already know that it's getting to people. But you know how many people don't like my messages but tell me what my message is?
And you know what? That's okay because they're still listening.
They tell me, I said, you didn't like it,
If they don't like it, but they still heard it,
Yeah.
something resonated with them.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when we trigger y'all or anybody, there's a reason why.
Right.
So really sit on. If I say something, you say something, right? Because I get that all the time. Oh, if you didn't curse so much, or if you didn't do this, or why don't you make different type of videos about business? Listen, because to me, I want to be as authentic because guess what? There's always one person that hits me up every week. Yo, you saved my life.
Yes.
Yo, I needed that.
Yeah.
Yo, I went back through your videos. Thank you so much. Oh, I showed your video to my kid. But the ones that get mad, we're triggering you for a reason.
Yes.
Look in the mirror. Really sit in the mirror, man, and do that mirror work. Sit in the mirror 30 minutes. Just stare at yourself.
That mirror reflection.
Within the first 2-3 minutes, you're not even going to see you. You're going to see through you.
Yes, definitely.
And you're going to be like, man, you know what? I think I'm real. I think I'm telling the truth. But my truth is not facts.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's the biggest thing why I tell people you got to be real, you got to be raw, and you got to be with the facts.
Yeah, you got to. You got to understand.
Straight up, man.
Yeah. And that's what I like to demonstrate. It's just to let people know, understand, like, before you open your mouth, you know what time it is. You know exactly what time it is. And when I'm going to get you off your rocker is, I'm from the hood, but I'm intelligent too.
That's right.
So I don't think you want to understand where
it's a superpower.
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, coming from where we come from, it's a superpower.
Right, yep.
In so many different ways.
Yeah.
And I say that a lot. You know why? Because a lot of people think the way I used to think. Oh, well, I'm from here and you know, we don't have it like you got it. We don't. Nah, man, that's a bunch of limiting BS in your mind. Like, don't put no imaginary blocks.
Right.
Like, that is not the case whatsoever. Like, stop that.
Stop it. Yeah.
Like, you have if you came from nothing and where you're going right now, you got a superpower. Because now you're like, man, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. Oh, you need this? No problem.
Right.
And they look at you like, oh,
right.
You
do this too? Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And that's how I am. Like, people tell you, hey, just stick to one thing. No, I'm going to do it all.
That's right.
I'm going to do it all because my life ain't promised.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't know what's about to stick. You know, I speak, I podcast, I do shorts, I do reels. You know, I work a day job. You know what I'm saying? I do all these, I mentor kids. I got a book coming
That's
out.
dope, man.
This is like
That's
all
dope.
these things.
Talk to me about that. Talk to me about that book, man.
Yeah,
I got 4 books out.
Right.
One went international.
Right.
Best-selling author.
Yeah.
But yo, talk to me about it. Let's go.
So it's the book I have that's coming out is 2 of them. One is called The Dark Days as an Entrepreneur.
Okay.
Dark Days as an Entrepreneur, as a combat veteran.
Nice.
The second book is a good heart don't pay bills. Yeah, so it's telling how much heart as cancers we have, and we give, and when we go through it, nobody shows up for us.
You know what, brother? Givers sleep better,
Yeah.
and takers eat better.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's so true because we got giving hearts.
Yeah, we got a giving heart.
And I just put a video up the other day, right? I was on one of my client calls, and I was explaining to them, they was like, same thing, they're big givers. I said, well, it's a triangle. I said, you're a hero. We're always playing a hero, but at times we become the victim. Yeah. And then when we get tired, we become the villain.
Yes.
But we become the villain to the same person that we was playing hero to because they don't see. They just continue to take. And listen, in your life, I don't care who it is, whether it's family, friends, significant other, right? There's going to be people in your life that take and give. Yep. But the takers, you're going to have to know when to cut them. And don't worry about like, oh, but if I cut them off, what's going to happen to them? They'll figure it out.
They know already. Yeah.
They'll figure it out. You have to put yourself first, y'all. I say this to everybody, man. If you're on a grind right now, become selfish for 6 months, and then you become selfless for the rest of your life.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you got to. In our human language, as humans, we was taught that no is bad. No is good. Tell them no. Like walk. Like I'm good. I don't want to go there. No, I'm straight. I don't need that. And be careful of when we say take. They're not physically taking money. They're taking energy. They're taking souls. They're taking a lot of things from us. And if all of us, if you have day jobs or if you work, you get paid $30, $40, $50 an hour. If they taking that from you, charge them. Charge them.
What is your worth, yo?
Yeah, what is your worth? What is your value?
Your worth? What is your value,
life coach,
man? Straight up, man.
And my mentor was like, how much you charging for per hour for life coaching? And guess how much when I started I was charging?
I mean, I'm sure you started off small.
$75 an hour. He said, JR, with all the criteria and everything
that you have,
you're not going. He said, I will start off at $250 to $500, and guess what? It started off from there, and now it's higher.
Brother, I got $100,000 clients.
That's nothing to them.
I got $100,000 clients. You know why? Because the value that I bring, is untouched.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There is no other me. There is no other you.
Right.
Right. The experience and the stuff that we have, that we went through, that we've learned, we're different from everybody else. Just like you're different from me, vice versa.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, brother, I remember the first time I was like, man, you know what? I started same thing, life coaching, men's coaching, business coaching, health coaching. Yep. And I said, man, I'm just a coach. Just call me Coach D. And that's what I tell everybody. Call me Coach D. Yeah. I coach, I do business turnarounds and business acquisitions.
There you go.
Like that's what I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's your niche.
Like, but when they ask who am I? I'm Coach D.
Coach D. There
Right?
you go, yeah.
So like I have from a minimal monthly membership to $100,000 client, and real talk, like this year I'm shooting from $1 million client.
There you go.
I am shooting, and I will get it.
Yeah.
I will get it because the energy that I put out, I feel it already.
Right.
So listen, y'all. Everybody talks about manifestation now, right? Cool. Is it real? Yes. But you said something earlier, right? When you lean in, you have to be intentional and you got to go to it. You got to meet it.
Yeah.
You can't just sit here and like, I manifest $1 million and it's just going to come.
Yeah.
Like, it don't work like that.
You got to go get it.
You know what I'm saying? You got to go get it.
Yeah.
But as you move, right? As you move, the universe, God, energy is going to meet you.
Right.
That's when it starts to happen, right? When everything is around you, when your energy is energy and money is same thing as currency. It's energy. It's just a free flow.
Right.
Don't keep it. Don't spend it. Spend it. Don't keep it. Like whatever it is.
Yeah, let it get out there.
It's just you got to give it out. You got to rotate it. You got to rotate it, yo.
You can't sit too long.
You got to rotate it. And I had one of my biggest coaches that I've been paying $7,500 a month. And I got all types of coaches, right? Because I always believe I'm gonna continue to invest in myself.
Yeah.
And people gonna continue to invest in me.
Right.
You got people out here talking about, oh, I want to charge this. Like, when's the last time you invested in yourself?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, you expect somebody to really do it? No. Like, you might have a one-off, but no,
Right.
God is going to be like, oh.
You didn't pay the dues.
You ain't pay your dues.
You ain't pay your dues, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't grind hard enough.
Karmic management is real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it be good karma or bad karma,
Yes,
it's real.
Definitely.
So stack up your good karma, man.
Yeah, and you do it long enough, it's gonna. If that's what God wants for you, it's gonna come.
That's right.
And
That's
I know
right.
when I started to speak my minute reels, Pastor Tommy was like, "Hey, put that on Instagram," and I've been doing it almost 2 years now. Every day I got a message, and I was getting myself out the hole. I was helping myself. I was medicating myself. I was talking therapy for me. And then when I started putting online, it was therapy for people that I didn't know.
You know what? I love you just said this, man. The more I help people, the more I'm coaching, the more I'm on the phone with people or on Zoom call or speaking on stages, the more I'm actually serving myself.
Right. It helps you.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's therapy for us.
It really is. Like, if I go a whole day and I don't have a client, I'm in my head, bro. I'm just like, man, I'm thinking some crazy things.
Yeah,
like
what happened? Yeah.
Like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, yo, I start thinking cycles. It just, I have to serve. Like,
start doubting
what
yourself.
people don't realize is like, we do better
Right.
when we're serving.
Yes, definitely.
Because if we worried about ourselves, like one thing I do, I when I help people get on stage, right? Like I coach people sometimes, like to get out their head on stage, right? They got stage fright. Listen, if you ever going to get on stage, or if you ever get a video, whatever it is, get out of your head. It ain't about you.
Right. Just
Don't
get on
nobody
there.
care about
Put it out
you.
there.
Only you care
Put it
about
out
you.
there.
Just put it out there because
Put it out there.
you're gonna serve someone.
I think Gary Vee said that back in the day. There's no bad content.
Nah.
Just put it out there. People
put it
gonna
out
judge
there.
you, and you're gonna judge
Oh, they
yourself
gonna
harder
judge
than
you
them.
regardless.
But
And
put it out there.
The more real and raw you are,
Yeah.
the more judge you're gonna get anyway.
Anyway, yes.
Listen, I look, my vibe attracts my tribe. You know what I'm saying? And the same way, like, look, our vibe attracted us. Like, yo, let's make this
get
happen.
together. Yeah, let's do this.
The energy is real, y'all.
Yeah.
Nobody in this world, I'm sorry, not nobody, but all is not for you. Your select people, select few, your tribe. Yo, they're gonna serve. They're gonna come, and that's what you're gonna serve.
And they gonna
Don't
show
worry
up.
about serving, because if you serve all, you serve none. If you serve one, you serve all.
Exactly.
Straight up.
And you got to understand what your audience is.
Yeah.
And who you are, and be confident who you are.
Yeah.
I feel like I can go in any room, and people always ask me like, JR, like, how much money you need for your gift to take off? I said, just put me in the right room. And when I said
That's
that,
it.
when I said that, I got a call last week about going to a private event for the military to be around all this military brass and the mayor to be a part of the Army new influencer package.
Nice.
Since I was in the military, I got
Really?
a special invite. It's
That's
a closed door
beautiful,
event.
brother. That's beautiful.
And I'm like, look at God, because
That's right.
I said that's all I want to do is
That's
go
right.
out there. I want to be able to go tell the military people that are retiring how to manage their retirement money. Because when I got out, I thought that was all the most money I was making in the world, not knowing that if I'm able and I can get out there, be an entrepreneur, or if I can make myself more valuable to go get a good corporate job. Don't touch that military money. So now I'm telling everybody, when you get out and if you're able, take a year or two off, get your mind right, especially if you did 20-something years. Find something you like to do. Never touch that military money again. By the time you, in 5 years, you're going to have over a couple of $100,000 because just say you make $5,000, $6,000 a month retiring. How much money is that a year?
Ain't nothing
60
these days,
So
bro.
60 times 5, that's 3. So do that. And I told my son, I said, JR, you've been out almost, I got out in 2016. I said, it's going to almost be 10 years. So now I know, and I'm in my doctorate, that now every time I get paid for my military money, I'm putting percentages of that away. I'm not living off of it. I'm not living
in buckets. Yeah,
I was granted to go to the military and get retired at a young age and have my money and do what I have to do because I got injured. But at the end of the day, this is who I am. But guess what? I'm not gonna piss away that money.
Yeah.
Because
and
I
you know
went
what,
through
man? It's just like when you even look at all the athletes. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. How many of them go bankrupt when they finish?
Come on, man.
Right? One thing I do in my coaching, bro, I just got another new client recently, right? And I don't like just saying clients because they become family.
Yes.
Right? And he's from Canada. And the first thing I said to him, I said, look, man, the first thing I do, he goes, look, I hired you for business to help me with his business. I said, cool, but we're going to do some identity work right now. And he was like, what? Like, I didn't hire you for that. I said, no. This comes with the package. Yeah. Why? Because it's like the lottery, brother. Yeah. If you win, 90% of people, 99% of people, when you win the lottery, bro, if you win it, you're going to go more broke than when you ever was a year from now.
Yeah, because you
was never brought in your mind like, yo, listen, this is what you're supposed to do with money.
Right.
Make that money do this, invest here, store it here, right? Inflation right now is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a big money game that I would love to start teaching all the kids this stuff.
And that's what I'm on the road to do is start teaching finances, but not at a strategic level, at understanding that, hey, when you get your first dollar bill, your first 5, when you get your first 1,000, what do? How to live under your means, how to understand that, hey, you know, the rich man, the wealthy man's mentality is you act like you still broke. That's the wealth. You know how many wealthy men and men and women that I protected?
The name of the game is not just to make the money, it's to keep the money
and rotate the money and make sure that you make your money work for you while you're sleeping. And basically, that's why we doing what we're doing, because when we're sleeping and this content is out, someone might be out there that wakes up and see this content, it shares it to somebody else, and boom, they go RH2G.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's why we're here, man. And I just wanted to bring you on, man, and just touch bases,
man. I appreciate it for real.
Yeah.
Like I said, man.
Definitely, man. Hey, tell them how we can find you on your social medias. Tell us your business. Look right there and tell them.
All right, so Instagram, Danny T 2.0. I keep it simple. I would have just put Danny T, but it wasn't available. Or even Torres wasn't available, right?
Yeah.
And my business is Boardroom Giants and True Titans. But you could just, straight up, man, you could just look at DannyTorres.com. And just reach out, man. Follow me on IG. Follow my brother right here on IG, man. We got a lot of things. I'm feeling something, man. We definitely gonna do some things together, y'all. Definitely. Like, let's go.
Leave a message for the kids before we get off the air.
Oh man, listen, listen. I can go so long with this, man. Yeah. The biggest thing I want to leave with y'all, man, is that you got a whole life ahead of y'all, but don't think you got forever. You dig what I'm saying? Like, if you're feeling something to do right now, do it. Don't go down the wrong road. And I know a lot of people can say this, but I can say it because I went down the wrong road for quite some time. Don't do it, y'all. It's go time, man. The world needs you. God needs you, and it's time for you to serve, y'all. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Hey, I got a question. Saturday, what are you doing?
This Saturday. I might be going to ATL. I don't know yet, though.
I have an event that I am not speaking at, but it's a gala. It's for people who that have master's degree that are our age in the area. They throw in a gala.
Oh, that's cool.
It's in Orlando. I would love to invite you if you're here, but you got to put on the tux.
Oh, I love suit. I'm suited up all the time.
But it's a good networking event. I'm going alone. I was supposed to go with my security. He has something to do. But I'm going to send you the link. You look at the tickets. If you want to go, we can go together. I can introduce you to a different tribe and a different type, and we can network, because I'm all about networking.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah. So I'm going to know probably by midday tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be going to ATL. But if not, then I'm in the building.
Okay, we go.
That'd
And if
be
not,
dope.
then so I step out to the networking events and everything like that. But I want to tell you on live, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for showing up. I know it's late, but this is what we do.
Nah, thank you for having me, man. For real. Listen, I'm telling you, when you told me it's about the kids, I was just like, man, I'm in the building.
Yeah, this is why we do it, man. This is why we do it, man.
I'm in the building, man. You got to find something. You got to find something that drives you.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And that drives me, man.
Yeah,
like for every person that we save, them kids' lives, man. Like they need that. They need strength. They need men, real men.
I think I put a post on my story about, man. I'm gonna read it to the world real quick.
Yeah. Read it.
Let me see. Let's see what I put. I said, I love that man. That man shit, like leading, teaching, providing, protecting, training, and lifting heavy shit, blocking sidewalks for my lady, holding doors, calming nerves when stuff gets sticky, assuring people not to worry and sweat because we got it, handling business together regardless of how I feel, frontlining for my family, standing on morals and principles, and chasing purpose and legacy. But I chase that legacy to our empire.
I love that, bro.
Yeah.
Salute. I love
that's
that,
how we
man.
do it, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming.
That's
man.
dope.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a capsule.
They're mad cause he told the truth. That's why they mad cause he wanna be you.